feel good.
Oh, sit down. It's so nice sometimes, isn't it? Massage for the bum.
So, and you're wearing the green too, so there you go.
Yeah, I wanted to make it easy for everyone.
So you have the unique pleasure of having lots of live action comic books about your character. Did that hinder or help your performance when coming up with voices or nuances that only you can provide?
It didn't. I wouldn't say. I'm sure subconsciously there's effects hither and yon, good and bad. But I didn't like revisit anything because I thought they'd captured Ollie so well on the page that I wanted to bring theirs to life as opposed to apply another one. And the character's just so infinitely fascinating. I think he's the most fascinating superhero. I'm biased, but I mean, this guy's cool too. But yeah.
How different was it for you to do voice acting as opposed to acting, so to speak?
Well, it's something I've been doing quite a lot for 3 or 4 years, and it is a different beast. I mean, because so often you're truly just acting by yourself. I think that's the biggest difference. More than the performance tone or quality, it's the fact that you're always in a vacuum, and you're relying completely on the director and the writers who are often there during the session. So, you know, I have them telling me, Aldous is killing it, keep doing your thing, and you just speculate, and you kind of project. You're kind of acting with a projection of what you hope the other person is doing, and I think with Aldous, it's just pretty much, that's kind of what I was hoping he was doing. So when we heard it together, it kind of feels like we were in the same room, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, and he does such a great job with bringing Jon Stewart to
Are
life.
you the type of actor who finds yourself moving?
I'm ridiculous. I'm ridiculous in a booth. I mean, it's ADR, which is when you're doing booth work for, live action stuff, is some of my favorite stuff because you're creating the moment. You have to recreate everything, and that involves you on the floor going or whatever it is, like some kind of lifting thing. They could probably blackmail me with footage they have. Ridiculousness.
Can you tell us a little bit about your window into the character, into more of his like deeper desires and wants and his motivations?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's so human, and we're all kind of confronted with like, this is the ideal, this is what you're trying to achieve in civilization, and Ollie did all that, and then he made a choice to move past it, and I think that's the clearest indicator of what kind of superhero he is. He is one of the more like mortal superheroes, he and Batman maybe, and yet he's willing to put it all in line. So he's achieved the human goal, the conventional human goal, and then he's moved past it. I think it's that's Green Arrow to me.
I think that's the right answer.
What advice would you give to Green Arrow knowing his outcome?
Knowing his outcome in this story,
Yeah.
I think he's pretty. He pulls off most of the things he's doing. I would say, let the newcomers in a little more easily, because Jon Stewart shows up and he's not Hal, and so there's some major resistance within Ollie's soul. It's not just a lesser Lantern, but it's not his friend.
Right.
So he has a problem with that. But then you have this full act of like this buddy pick of Arrow and Lantern going through shit and going through training and all this stuff, and they really cohese. It's lovely.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Are there any aspects of your personality that you kind of infused into your character.
Diffusing tension with a little bit of comedy, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
like when shit gets really hot, and that's how that is. And, you know, he's confronted with hot girl, and she's just full of beans, and she really takes over the room. And so yeah, he's like, hello.
Where's the
Hi.
hook?
That's right.